Okay, so as I previously mentioned in the last video review, anybody else would have guessed that maybe it'd be Elita-1 because, you know, I'm a sucker for fembots, right? Anyway, here's the figure, but we're not going to look at the figure right now. We're going to look at the packaging, as we do on this channel to kick things off. Autobot Elita-1, War for Cybertron, Transformers, Aegis 8 and Plus, Hasbro's logo, Misaligned Generations logo right there, Takara Tomy, Netflix, got that poster for Earthrise, even though it's different colors and that's about it for key differences. Authentic Transformers logo, wish to remind you, you can guess by now. Anyway, there you go, there's a picture of her on the package. Looks good, love the artwork. Monochrome with some hues of colors here and there for blue in the eyes, and then red for the Autobot logo, and there's the glitched out Autobot logo. To the back of the packaging, we've got the computerized image of the figure at hand here, where we've got vehicle mode, and then we've got her in a robot mode with 15 steps of transformation, which could be a bit exaggerated when you think about it, because this is really a based shell former. Yay! Anyway, that's it for the packaging. Here's the figure. Lower the camera so you can see said figure, but we've got some other contents to go through, like set of instructions here. And there goes. And then, of course, we also get, for our deluxe Netflix Transformer figures, they come with one slip panel piece here, which is done out flimsy cardboard with nice glossy texture for, wow, I was about to say Computron, but that would be incorrect. Teletran 1, there we go. Now, here's the problem. I'm showing off two here because one of these belongs to Bumblebee and the other one belongs to our review Transformer figure today, Elita-1. Don't really care about that, tell you the truth. Anyway, it's all about the figure. Exactly, here's the figure. Yes, copy and paste from our RC figure, who has a tendency to separate a majority of the time, unfortunately. But yeah, there you go. I mean, you can see exact same car, which, you know, okay, sure, whatever. It's better than that previous take on the fembots, where every single one of them was that elongated car, Cybertronian vehicle, which the very first figure of that mold was it Moonracer? I don't know. All I know is it just kept going and going and going and going. We kept getting figures here and there, and that was our extent of the fembots for 2 years. Yeah, well, anyway, you know, I have already given my thoughts on this figure here, and this really shouldn't be a long review, to tell you the truth, because again, the car is exactly as identical as it comes, except for the color scheme. It's some kind of off-red color. I don't want to say maroon because that'd be wrong. We got clear pieces for areas that I worry about in the future, like this antenna piece right here, which is completely clear. Yeah. And then the windshield, you know, where it should be clear, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Seats are painted in gray. Again, white spots here and there for the headlights. Nothing's painted. Autobot logo is done in white, which is cool. It makes it pop. So that's good. And that's about it for your color scheme. You know, to give props where it's due, RC does have more color going on in her Cybertronian car mode. That's a bit of a bummer because I think this one's a little more expensive than this one. I could be wrong though. Anyway, she does roll on some nice translucent wheels here, so makes it look like she's hovering, kind of, sort of, not really, but it is what it is. She also does have storage for her blaster, which is the exact same design from RC's, only it's missing that frosting paint job, so it is done out of complete clear translucent blue plastic, which does make it pop in the light. Actually, it's pretty good. You can actually see these details a lot more than you could on RC's, which I'm fine with. So anyway, you have options. You peg it underneath the car, or you can peg it on the side here. If you had RC's as well, you could have two guns in the front. I'll show off real quickly another size comparisons with our previous figure, which is Bumblebee from this subline. And they're pretty good size between one another here. So Yay. There we go. Alright, let's go. Transformation. Simple, you know, here's the figure, basically. Now all we gotta do is just put the figure together from this shell former, and we'll go ahead and do that now. What I like to do to begin things off here, I don't know if this is going by the instructions or not, but I like to detach the legs from these little sections where they actually clip in, and surprisingly on Elita-1 they clip in a lot secure, because since I got this figure, have a hard time actually getting this leg to separate here. But there we go. Now that they're separated from those little clip-in pieces, we'll go ahead and splay them out. Maybe even detach them here from the hips. There we go. Right. Next thing that we need to do is we need to bring these panels in a little bit, just so we can separate this entire piece here on this hinge. And swing it up like so. So that way we can take those panels that we split apart just a little bit and fold them in here. And then we will close this up like so and rotate this around for now. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to bring this back the front of the car and flip in the front piece. And then we'll go ahead and fold in the front wheels. Like so. And then we're going to bring this entire section down like this, so we have clearance to rotate. Sorry, I dropped her. But rotate the head. There we go. And then we can swing around her legs here, which have a tendency to pop out of place very easily on this figure. I don't know why. It's just the way this figure is designed. Your results could be different. But if it does happen, they are on mushroom pegs, so you can just wiggle them back in place with a little force. There we go. Okay, so now that that's all said and done, what we need to do is we need to take these little tabs here, and you guessed it, put them in the back here, where they're going to attach and create her gigantic backpack, which she surprisingly did actually keep in the War for Cybertron series so far on Netflix. So, you know, they're based off of the design of the toy, so what are you going to do? It is what it is. So, there we go. Elita-1. Yay! You know, not bad. Gotta be honest, not bad. So, the fact that she does have this gigantic backpack in the show, I've accepted it. You know, I'm okay with it. It is a part of her. But if you don't like it, you can detach it. And, of course, press down on this button here. And there you go, you can remove it. And yes, it does have the same feature where you can actually make this into... This is the first time I'm actually doing it with this figure, so you can hear all that cracking. That's lovely. Alright, swing this back, push it up. There we go! We have our sled. Or sled? I'm sorry, a hoverboard. Hoverboard! I cannot talk today. Anyway, yes, you got these little pegs here, and you got holes on the bottom of her feet where you can have her attach to the hoverboard. Make it look like she's flying in the air, attacking Decepticons from above or from the ground. This figure doesn't really hold on to this, actually. Let's give her blaster real quickly. If I can find the thing. There we go. It's all done in clear plastic, so it's kind of hard to see. Anyway, there we go. Take a look at her head. Nicely sculpted, looks great. Until you realize it's not fully painted. Unfortunately, they left the back piece to her head unpainted, and you know, that stinks. Because they did cut corners in the paint application department on this figure, but for what they did paint, it's not bad. We do have some great breakup here from bland colors, so I do appreciate that, especially with all these beige colors going on the figure, especially around the arms, and of course the shins, and then right here at the waist, and then around up here. It's a nice breakup, and it makes the figure really pop. Oh, speaking of something that makes this figure pop compared to RC, take a look at that. They actually painted her lips. Hard to see on my camera, of course, but it is there. Very nice. And they also did typograph an Autobot symbol right there. Looks great. All around a really good figure. Yes, we still have all the hollow bits going on here. Like, seriously, Hasbro, what the fudge sickle? Anyway, There's that. You also have the weapon storage still on the back right here at the butt. You want to plug in that gun, you can. I haven't done it yet, but if it's anything like RC, it's going to be a nightmare the first couple of times to get that to peg in, and they even remove. And since it is clear plastic, you run the risk of stressing it very quickly. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead now and show off the articulation. Yeah, from far away, why not? It's the same. We have the ball joint at the head. We get a little more movement when compared to RC. We get some up and we do get some down. And you do get a little bit of some attitude tiltage, but not much. We do have, as you can see, the pin disc at the shoulders. We got the bicep swivel cut. Single jointed elbows that gets more than 90 degrees of bend, which is great. We got a hinge joint for inward and outward movement at the wrist. We got waist rotation. We've got the pin disc at the hips, which are tight, and get this much kicking forward, that much going back. You can get this much of a split, which is okay. We got the bicep swivel cut, double jointed knees that gets more than you really need. And then we got the up and down movement at the feet, which also includes that lovely ankle rocker pivot, which is actually on clicking joints. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, it clicks. There's RC. So your size comparisons that you guys wanted to see. We'll go into detail about this in just a moment. I want to do one more comparison. So here's Bumblebee. Yep. So you can see how small Bumblebee is compared to a deluxe Transformer here, especially a Fembot, which totally makes sense. I mean, Bumblebee is supposed to be a small character in G1. Again, you could really use an Autobot symbol right there. Yeah. And to correct something that somebody did mention in the video, yes, I am so sorry. I did not show off the Volkswagen logo right there. So yes, officially licensed. There you go. And it's also on the hubcaps for the vehicle form, which I'm not going to showcase. That means I would have to transform the figure all the way back to his vehicle form. And I don't have the time to do that. So take my word for it. Or go watch somebody else's review, which is probably what you're doing anyway. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you off the differences real quickly between these two Fembots. She is retooled from RC. Not by much, but for the most part. Basically around here, in the torso, the shoulders, forearms are exactly the same. The waist section is a little retooled right here and here. Just a little bit, not by much. The hips are all completely identical as far as I can see. So are the knees, the feet, the legs, yep. And then of course the backpack. So basically your retooling consists of here, 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 and here. And that's about it. So overall, she is what she is. Like I said, just a retooled figure. But I do believe that this figure was announced first before RC was. So she's got the advantage here. It's being the first figure, even though RC came out first, which, you know, I could be wrong about that. I'm not going to go look back to last year in order to figure this one out. So I'm not going to do it. You can just take my word for it, or you can find out for yourself. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me down below in the comment section of the video. And it just shows you guys how unprofessional I truly am at this. But anyway, I recommend her, definitely. She is top-notch compared to RC. Her joints are a lot tighter. I do appreciate that. She's not as floppy as RC. Paint job on the vehicle mode is a little bit of a complaint compared to RC. She's got more, but she does offer just a little bit more when it comes to stability and quality, actually speaking here, because I don't have any problems with getting this Cybertronian car mode to completely transform properly without panels sticking out here and there and not tabbing in the right places. I don't have that problem with Elita-1, so I gotta give praise. They are improving. I mean, more power to you. If you can turn her away, I'll be surprised. But as it is, she's a really good figure. You might want to look into getting this one. Take my word for it. She is really, really impressive. Coming from a mold that not a lot of people really like. But, you know, she does have quite that charm. And even RC, I gave her praise in my review. Yes, I picked out the nitpicking and the complaints that everybody's mentioning about her, but I still find quite the charm to her as well. She is a really good looking RC in robot mode. take aside the vehicle form and the fact that she is a shell former, and I'm telling you, you got two incredible figures here waiting to be a part of your War for Cybertron collection. And you too, you're pretty amazing as well. So, questions or comments, you know to do, hit it down below in the comment section of the video. And until then, this is Rez Power signing off saying thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.